The rule of thirds. The rule of thirds. This is something my mentor taught me. I can't wait to share with you. But first, I'm going to go to my super chatters and also my inner circle and say hi to them. And we'll start just in a few seconds. So, hi, Bill. Hi, Faith. Hi, John. James, super chatter. I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much. The orphans are going to love it. Hi, Mary. Hi, Jody. Jerome. Hi, Kay. Hi, James, Sandy, um, Nelda. Nice to see you on here. Melody, love and appreciate you. Um, so great for you guys to be on here. I really, really appreciate it. Hey, Scott, nice to see you on here. And it's time. Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today is called the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds. Now, for some of you, you take a pie and you split it into three pieces. The peace sign. The peace sign. A lot of people don't know what percentages are, 33 and 0.3, 33333, getting like, what is it, pi or whatever. But the one thing I wanted to share with every one of you is there's this concept that I learned. And when I learned this concept, it really made me think that 2/3, or let's say 60%, or a little more than 60, what, 66, 66%. Easy for me to say. But when you realize that you learn something, you gain an awareness, right, of something, and all of a sudden you go to share it with the world. It's like, oh my God, I found out a way to make money without working for somebody. I can get freedom. I can make above average income. I can give to charities. I can help my family. All these incredible, incredible things that I got exposed to 36 years ago. And when I heard about all this stuff, I was going like, still my mentor to this day, he said, hey, Robert, I have 30,000 people responsible for my income. 30,000 people. And he goes, how many people do you have, responsible for yours? And when I heard that, I went like, well, honestly, it used to be one, me, but now because of workman's comp, I guess I'm, making money from the government until I get retrained to do a different job. Dustin, thank you so much for being an Inner Circle member. I love and appreciate you. And thank you, Bill, for being a super chatter as well. And so the kids will love it. So going back to this thought of thirds, right, is that I know this. I don't, some of you understand this, but life is like a roller coaster, right? It's like we got these highs and we got these lows and we got these highs and we got these lows. And what's so wild, Jim Rohn, one of my mentors, God bless him, he would say, listen, there's 4 seasons. You know what I mean? So, winter sometimes for people is not a good season. Maybe for other people, summer's not a good season, like in Phoenix, Arizona. You know what I mean? It's like, so the seasons go up and down, so he would always say, it doesn't make a difference how well things are going for you. You're going to an experience a winter in your life. And we do our best to try to handle these ups and downs of life, right? Now, when you become an entrepreneur or get involved in a network marketing company, affiliate marketing company, what ends up happening is those ups and downs just seem to be, what would be the word? They're higher and lower. That could be a way of saying it, right? So Bill would say, my mentor would say, listen, life is a roller coaster. It's got this ebb and flow where you got good days and bad days, and good weeks and bad weeks, and good years and bad years. And then when you're involved in, being an entrepreneur, then guess what? Everyone goes, wow, I got up and downs in this industry. But bottom line, it's just part of life. It just makes it seem more important, You know what I mean? Or should I say more sensitive or more extreme? Because now we have this other thing that's in our life that's going up and down, right? And how many of you would agree that your job goes up and down? So when you think of these thirds, right? You got one third that regardless of what you do, that's why I tell people you got to be willing to go through the numbers to find those that have ears to hear. Because if you're going through the numbers, you got a pretty good odds that 6 out of 10 people are going to be neutral. Now, nothing wrong with being neutral, but they're just living life. They don't get caught up in stuff. They're just the wrong people at the wrong time. But if they're neutral, they're at least not going against you, right? But they're neutral. They are complacent. They're comfortable. They're just sort of hanging out. It's like, these are people. I always love these people when you say to them, "Hey, listen, could you do me a huge favor? Do you know of anyone that needs to make extra money?" And their response, and they're being honest, is, to be honest with you, I don't know anybody. That's a person that has found a way, right? To They got their circle, their inner circle. They're doing, their hobbies or whatever their hobbies are. Those are usually people that love the same kind of stuff they do. And they're not really, they're just okay. It's okay to be neutral in your life sometimes, because that's better than the next one, right? And that's when you run into people, and a portion of that, we always call that group of people, right? Like fascist or just out there. But we always have this percentage of people that are just wackos. And regardless of what you believe in, regardless of what you're trying to share with them, they could not be any more negative. We call them dream stealers, right? And so what they'll do is, it's like, these are the people that crack me up, because you can actually find videos online of them talking about a person, a company, a product. And they're like, there's never, ever, 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 ever been anything better that happened to me than this person, this company, and this product. And then the very next day, they're in another company, and now they're talking bad about the people in that other company. They're talking about everyone bad that won't go with them. They're talking bad about the products, bad about the comp plan. You go, wait a minute, aren't you the person that was just saying that, that these things were the best thing in the world? Right? So you get these people that, regardless of what you have, these are the people that must be a pyramid. This must be a scheme. I love this saying. I don't know where it came from, but I'll have to look it up. But, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And I'm like going, wow, money doesn't buy happiness. There's all these things that I've actually had people say to me, listen, why should you pay money to make money? I don't get this. You know what I mean? Or they think you can't do business without money, right? And so you got all these people, and again, they just fit in a category. Now, do I believe that people can go from one category to another? I do. And it's all based on experiences they have. But then there's this other group of people that are positive, and they're optimistic, and they take personal responsibility. They don't blame everyone. They don't say, if the government would do this, or, my God, the world is falling, and, all of these awful things, they're learned hopelessness. But also what they are is excuse-itis. They got excuse for everything. They can find a problem with every solution. And so you got these other group of people that are always looking for a way, right? They are always positive. If something negative happens to them, and only, like I talked yesterday, I believe, it's like, they just have, it just bothers them for a millisecond. I don't care. It's like, hey, I'm moving on. And so understand that we're going through this roller coaster in life. But another thing I want to talk about the thirds, and you can Google this. You can put this up in AI, and check it out. But there's another concept with the rule of thirds, and that rule of thirds is I think that every one of you realize that you can't have a good day or a good half a day or a good moment and not have a neutral moment and a negative moment, right? So, sometimes people ask me, why are you so excited? Why are you so happy? Because I've experienced some really, really bad times in my life. And I'm able to reflect on those bad times and say, hey, I'm pretty grateful. I'm pretty grateful. I'm extremely appreciative. I'm thankful. There's so many words that I could use to describe, because I have had some bad times. Well, there are some people that have some bad times and they won't experience any good times because they're too busy thinking about the bad times or the bad things that happen to them. And so they never ever get to neutral, or they never ever get to a better time in their life. So they'll have a bad relationship. And so they just believe that every relationship they have, it's got to be bad. Isn't that amazing? And so you would not experience the highs of the highs and the joy and the happiness without having the lows. Does that make sense? So as you're going through this ebb and flow of going to, again, the peace sign, right? I think you guys all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, a third, a third, and a third, right? So when you're going in and out of these thirds, to try not think too much about it, because you should be present. So there's the past and there's the future, and then there's the present. That's why it's called a present, because the now, no opportunity wasted. You're doing your best to be in the moment. And just know that thinking about things that happened in the past, or having anxiety or worry about something that's going to happen in the future, and just live in the moment and really, really be present when the highs are at the highs, and try to not, get too much into it. So you have this, this neutral place. And then so my mind just went, drive, neutral, reverse. And it's like, because if you don't have anything to look forward to, you won't move forward. You'll stay neutral. And that's where people go, I'm sort of feeling stuck. I'm sort of feeling like I got a block. I'm feeling like that I'm not moving forward. I'm procrastinating. It's like so what you're doing is, if you have a lot of neutral days or a lot of reverse days, right? It's because you're looking at the past, and you won't move forward unless you have something to look forward to. And I mean, that's again the vision. Vision creates, vision inspires success in others now. If you can emotionally get excited about your future and the wonderful becoming, who you're going to become, you'll spend more time in that one third of being optimistic, attracting the right things, finding the right people that come to you, because you're always going, listen, there is another Joshua Daramella. There is another Mosh, which is one of the new 25Ks, another Joshua, another 25K. But if I look at my past, that gives me evidence, because if other people did it, I could do it. But I have found leaders that not only have gone all the way to the top of the compensation plan that made me and my family millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, but also have allowed us to be able to help millions and millions of people. So I have a tendency of not being so much neutral and so much on the negative side because I'm always has something forward to look to, right? Including getting on here with you guys, right? Just to make you aware that, wow, how do I get out of the neutral? How do I get out of the negative? And it's a number of things, but it's what we're listening to, what we're watching, the people that we hang around, the environment that we live in. See, all these things can help us go in to one third or the other. So I just wanted to share that quick video with you. I think it's sort of interesting that, you know, um, one of the things that you could look forward to is that if you understand that you're in neutral and you understand that you're in reverse, or things are going sort of backwards, that they can turn around. you know, I don't think I've ever said the third's example of being in drive, neutral, and in reverse. That's pretty funny. You know what I mean? So, you know, uh, I know people can drive in reverse, but it's just not very comfortable. Yeah, you can't go very fast. It seems like you couldn't go very far, and you sure in the hell can't go anywhere in neutral. You know what I mean? So it's just the eyes looking forward, and putting it in drive, and using the gas and the brake and the steering wheel to sort of maneuver through life to get to where you want to go, whether that's you know bringing in an extra $1,000 a month, or totally doubling your income, or replacing your income, or replacing an income of somebody else. But what keeps me really focused is that I know that I'm involved in an opportunity that can change people's lives. And so as I attract people, I might find them in the reverse part of their life, and I don't need to take that personal. If I'm trying to get someone's attention and they're driving in reverse and they got their hand on the steering wheel and they're looking over their shoulder and you're like, hey, hey. And it's like, nah, everything sucks. Everything's awful. The world's going to crazy, conspiracy theory. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're, and it's funny. Aren't they always talking about things in the past, things that have happened? That's interesting. Spend all their time looking over their shoulder, looking at back, or spending all their time looking in the rearview mirror, looking in their side mirrors. It's like, hey, then you got the other people, right, that are in neutral or park. And you're like, hey, could you do me a favor? Do you know anyone that wants to change your life and get an extra paydays for them and their family so they can experience the best things in life they were created to create? And the creators create some stuff that you should experience, whether it's a vacation or a nice automobile, or a nice car, or nice clothes, a nice resort, or a theme park, whatever. There's a lot of things out there that people created that you should enjoy those experiences for you and your family. Wouldn't it be great to gather a bunch of moments that take your breath away? So when the last days come, you got this whole, thing in your mind where you can close your mind and see your family experiencing these things where they got such a big smile on their face. It takes them, days to wipe it off. And so when you're reaching out to people and they're in park or in the neutral, you're like, hey, listen, would you like to change your life? It's like, no. Like, why? No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I got my few friends and do my thing, and yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. And then you got some people that are in drive, and some of them might know where they're going, and some of them don't know where they're going. But at least if they're attempting to change every area of their life, or like I said in a previous video, their goal is, I'm not living like this anymore. I don't like where I'm at. I don't like who I am. I can change, you know. My mentor said I could change every spot. Leopard can't change his spots, so can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yeah, that's a bunch of BS, right? So I had people that instilled in me of who they used to be, the before and after. You guys are not going to believe this. Today it was like I seen a picture of me driving. Probably I was I don't know, maybe 16 years old, and a friend of mine took a picture of me driving my Vega that had a 350 Chevy Corvette motor in it. I'm going like, wow, that guy's always been weird. You know what I mean? In a little town of Williston, North Dakota, this guy seen a car in a hot rod magazine, and Grumpy Jenkins was putting a V8 motor in a little Vega. And I went, if he can do it, I can do it. It was a blast, man. It was hard to beat that car because it's horsepower versus ratio of weight. The car weighed like 1,250 pounds. It was like crazy. So sorry, got off track there, but I just need you to know that you can inspire to be anyone you want to be, and just be a wonderful becoming, and just really realize when you're in neutral and when you're in reverse or park, and that you have the availability at any time to put this in drive. And don't get scared, just let your foot off the brake and start pressing on the gas a little bit, and just each and every day just move baby steps ahead. You'll get gooder and gooder and gooder and gooder until it becomes unconscious competent, where you can drive down the freeway or drive down the street while you're reading your text, what you're not supposed to do, and eating a donut with a coffee in your hand. Because that's how I do this business now. Me reaching out to strangers and talking to strangers is an all day thing for me. It's just what I do. So I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much. And again, a shout out to the inner circle and the super chatters. Thank you so much. I love you. I wanted to James Saunders, of course, Dustin, Bill, and James Molarney. Thank you, James. I see some of your stuff on the comments and the YouTube. Love you guys. Tomorrow's Ask Me Anything. I will make sure that I post that. We've almost done a whole year of Ask Me Anythings. We're like, 2 weeks away from an entire year of Ask Me Anything. So we will do that exactly the same time, noon Pacific time, 3 Eastern time. And I love and appreciate you. And if no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. I love you. I appreciate you. And I know that you can do this. If other people can do it, you can do it. So take care. God bless. And we'll talk to you real soon. Bye for now.